And there's a chance that you, with him, there's a chance that you could get you can get a black James Bond, but it'll only be about 10 minutes before they put his brain into a white man's body. After he's gone home to see the Bond girls, white parents.
You see his face.
Yeah, he think he's going to see parents. This end up being Spectre and shit. Get
out! Get the fuck out!
Go to dtmerch.com and get your shirt delivered right, fresh, and on time. And look at that. We got a lot of flavors right here. We got the black cotton tee with the white logo. We got the polos for you. We got the tank tops in case you got them beefcakes over there. Like Billy Brooks.
Perfect for you,
there
Billy.
you go, Billy. We got phone covers. Make your phone happy. You got the gift of choice. Oh, Martin.
Oh,
sad days, man. Sad days.
Oh, man, don't be doing
your
that,
boy, I know you love James Bond. I love James Bond too. I'm always looking for somebody that can come in and bring something fresh to the franchise. And I thought that's what we're gonna get with Danny Boyle.
I'm on the Ethan Hunt train now.
You're on that Mission Impossible now. That Impossible Mission shit. Well, it's probably a good thing because Danny Boyle he said, man, y'all just sit back and let old Danny handle this. I'm gonna bring something fresh to the table.
And he would have.
Totally. But unfortunately today, my man has left because of creative differences. He's like, shit, nobody told me. They say here, this is from, you can find this everywhere. I just picked up something random here, the Sydney Morning Herald. It says here, Michael J. Wilson, Barbara Broccoli, and Daniel Craig today announced that due to creative differences, Danny Boyle has decided to no longer direct Bond 25. They won't let him put zombies up in there. So now
always do zombies.
Yeah, well, that's.
But he does do switcheroos.
But he does them great when he does them. Now, a lot of people are upset about this because they did think that he was fighting to put in fighting for a certain script. He was fighting for to bring something new to this, and I guess it just didn't work out.
Yeah, the Broccoli family's not big on doing new things with James Bond.
That's why you ain't getting no black Bond.
I'm saying that's why Idris Elba couldn't do it.
Yeah,
he's too street.
Now they say that it's about time. They say, but not while I'm alive.
Right? Y'all do that shit after I'm in the ground.
Oh, you get it one day with my dead goddamn body.
Yeah, right. But right now you're gonna show me some respect.
Right, my cold, dead British fingers.
Yeah. Right now, that Negro gonna stay right where he is. He ain't coming up in here.
Just stay in that photo right there. You'll always have that.
Are you going to a wedding? I don't know where you got that tux on. I want to go ahead and bring up, and I'm going to bring up some of these that you brought up. Oh, okay. And Martin, please feel free to throw in some of your, some people you want to throw into the hat. Sure. I heard they're going to be taking voting tomorrow. So you got to help them do this. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mention some crazy names. And I'm going to mention how crazy it could probably get just to get that out the way. But I'm also mention how, as crazy as these directors may seem, and we're going to start out with the least crazy to some of the most crazy, how they actually seriously could make something new with James Bond.
Okay.
And the first one we're going to start out with is, this is one you had, Billy, J.J. Abrams, man.
Sure.
Now, J.J. Abrams, this guy already, look, at this point, ain't nothing really new here. He already did James Bond. He did, Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah, and he's produced all the ones since then.
Yeah, exactly. The Mission Impossible 3 is pretty much him doing James Bond, but James Bond with a team. Mm-hmm. And less fucking,
but more running.
But more running. Yeah.
You always gonna get that running with Tom Cruise.
Even James Bond, like, shit, man, you just go. Yeah. I'll catch you later. That motherfucker can run.
I have a really souped up car.
Yeah.
I think in every movie where he's running, everybody just kind of goes, all right, man, go on.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise, I don't give a damn. I'll catch that car.
Right.
Tell you what, I'm going to give you a 5-minute head start. Yeah. And J.J. Abrams is pretty much producing, James Bond movies now. Fallout, Mission Impossible Fallout can be considered somewhat of a James Bond movie again with a team. It has all the elements.
Yeah, it's the closest.
It is and it's a great film. Mm-hmm. But some people said the way J.J. Abrams was going today, it'll be a James Bond movie in the middle of it. That should have turned to Cloverfield. They say James Bond be fighting a monster in the middle of it. They say James Bond at some point probably we discover that Spectre has perfected time travel. He's got to go to another dimension. This shit would probably get a little crazy. James Bond have to go to Area 51 and stop an alien invasion or something.
Well, J.J. Abrams has a tendency to take something you like and set it up in a way that makes it look fresh and new. You get excited, and then somewhere along the way, halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way in, you start to go, well, wait a minute. I mean, it looks new, but he's not really doing anything new with it.
No,
and it's starting to get kind of tired.
Thing is, it will start at James Bond, end up being Star Wars.
Yeah,
the first one.
Yeah. Khan shows up.
Yeah. Now we are talking about weird stuff with him. Talking about what if it did bring in some weird elements in there? We're talking about way weird. We're talking about this is the Cloverfield paradox, where he's dealing with all kind of time travel and different dimensions and alternate dimensions and whatnot, but. Also, J.J. Abrams was attached to Lost.
Right.
Lost dealt with a lot of codes and secrets and theories, and there is something going on with James Bond where people people love conspiracy theories and they have attached it to James Bond, and there is an Illuminati thing going on with James Bond out there. But I also thought, what if James Bond all of a sudden did have to work within sort of a secret a society that does work with the government, something like the Illuminati? What if we discovered all kind of, what if we discovered that some conspiracy theories were actually somewhat true, and bring up this whole moral ambiguity of working for a government that has been doing shady things on the side? I think.
So Alex Jones is going to write this.
Yeah. Oh no, that shit would surely be science fiction after that. But. If you want to bring in Spectre, you want to bring in a secret society, then J.J. Abrams would probably be somebody who would be great to do it.
He could do something like that, sure.
Yeah. I mean, he could probably do his own spin on something like a Da Vinci Code or something like that. The next person that could probably come in and do something different with the Bond franchise. Martin, you're not gonna like this, but your boy Quentin Tarantino, man.
Oh, Jesus, God!
Me and my dick-sucking lips.
When the fuck did he start looking like that?
Yeah, man, he's been out there like that for a while. He's been in the game for a minute.
No, I mean, he's never been attractive, but good God.
But we said this before. If we got Quentin Tarantino to do a Bond movie, we would get, and we said it before, we would get a black James Bond, but everybody would be calling him nigger every 5 minutes.
Every 2 seconds.
Every 2 seconds.
Yeah, he'd be saying it. Everybody else would be saying it.
Mostly everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else.
Even he would just be like, man, all right, that's enough, goddamn it.
Kill everybody.
Quentin Tarantino would have himself play Felix Leiter, where he would get to say it all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
You play cute. Get in here, nigga. Let me show you this shit.
Check out this new shit I got for you.
Oh, no.
Shit,
it wouldn't, if he gonna do it, it wouldn't even be cute. It'd be a swap meet. Hey, nigga, look at these products I got. He'd be buying shit out the back of a trunk. Now, you look at what Quentin Tarantino wants to do, he probably would have the biggest chance, the biggest influence of making a rated R James Bond movie if people want that. I mean, he was already able to push through. Even if they were considering, even if they got to the script form, he was the one that got closest to making, they're still talking about maybe doing it, a rated R Star Trek movie. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen. They're still talking about it, but at least.
Niggas in space.
Yeah.
Did they already make that? Code 45, shake it. Wait, don't shake it.
Yeah. But you know something? Quentin Tarantino probably could actually, he could come in, even if he didn't, because I think he could get away with making a PG-13 James Bond movie that he would actually like, because Quentin Tarantino is such a film fanboy.
Yeah.
And he loves showing his knowledge of movies. He loves showing how authentic he could be with his references. He loves playing homage to things.
I could see him, he would want to go in and do something, either a remake or something very similar to Live and Let Die.
I don't even think he'd want to do that. Actually, he could do something like that, but I think he loves, because of what you see him sometimes playing music from the 60s, and he loves that, he loves all kind of iconography from the periods. I could see him going back and remaking this.
Bond.
Yeah, James!
Oh, man, goddamn. You already got him, man.
He's going to get back out of the
Well, that was a cheap-ass movie.
That was a cheap-ass movie.
He threw an electric fan into the water, and that dude's street. And go turn around. This is the thing about Bond. He's cool, but he could be real shitty sometimes.
Shut Shocking.
Man, the dude is dead. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to
Hey
do
man,
that.
he likes to work on his material. When he retires, he wants to do stand-up.
What you were hearing right here is Goldfinger. I could see him loving the style of this movie so much.
Yeah.
That he would jump at the chance. He's like, I don't care if it's PG-13. I would jump at the chance to do something like this, just so I can just play with that world and that style and go back and just do something in the franchise that I've loved, because he loves Bond also.
Sure.
Yeah, no, you're right, but you're seeing. You're thinking about an idealized Quentin Tarantino, and I think about the Tarantino we start to get more of is the kitschier one, who would probably want to do Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds Are Forever. I can see that too.
You don't see Octopussy?
No.
That's even he had to say that's bad. That's a terrible movie,
That's a
man.
terrible movie.
I thought maybe something like, I don't know, the way he's acting now. But
No, because with Diamonds Are Forever, you had those two assassins who were always. Characters who always talk to each other. Yeah, and it happens in Las Vegas.
It's a cheesy movie too. Yeah. I could definitely see that. And I agree with you on What'd you say, Live and Let Die?
Yeah,
I could see something like that
in
too.
America with the sheriff, and they're down in New Orleans.
All
the voodoo shit.
They got a lot of the movie has a lot more humor than a lot of people remember.
I actually like that movie.
That's when he runs across the alligators, right?
Yeah,
he runs across the. That's when he got that dude in that chef hat. What's his name at the end?
Baron Samedi.
Baron's, he's on the back of that the 7-Up dude.
I'm not dead, motherfucker.
I could definitely see Quentin Tarantino coming in. I mean, everybody might scoff at the idea, but I can.
You know what? I only scoff at it because it's something people say all the time.
No, it is. But
like, all right, y'all.
But if he goes back to a time period, I can see him doing
sure.
that. The next one here is now. This one's where we get into crazy territory, but I will make it make sense. Jordan Peele. He look like a Bond villain right there. Welcome.
That was one of mine.
That was one. Now, why would you think?
I didn't know what the brother was capable of before I saw Get Out, and I just think that man, I love the action in Get Out, and I thought, you know what? I think I'd like to see what he would do with it. I mean, he's the kind of he seems like the kind of director not to just go, all right, go ahead and give me the script, and I'll just go ahead and shoot it. He seems like he would put his stuff into it and make it more, maybe personable, kind of funny, but still have the dialogue be good, like punch up the script, stuff like that.
Well, I think
he can.
Yeah, you know what? And I think again, there's a chance that you with him, there's a chance that you could get a black James Bond, but it'll only be about 10 minutes before they put his brain into a white man's body. After he's gone home to see the Bond girls, white parents.
You see his face.
Yeah, he think he's going to see parents. This end up being Spectre and shit. Get
out! Get the fuck out!
No, you know.
Y'all Kodo going, get the fuck out!
When he's over there getting a spot of tea, they got his ass hypnotized and shit. But how this could really work? How it could really work is, let's just say that and I don't think if they gave it to Jordan Peele, I don't even think that he would get somebody like Idris Elba, because Idris Elba, I hate to say he looks great, but if they wanted to get him for a franchise, it'd be too old. Now let's just say that Jordan Peele wanted to do it. I could see Jordan Peele doing something to where, yes, it is a black James Bond, and they're able to actually make it work in a way where they don't bring up race all the time, but they do show how hard it is for a person of color to work in the spy world. Because they just, just don't have the same flexibility as a white person.
Right,
They're like,
right. What's this nigga doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, how do you know how to play Baccarat?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he be talking to the villain.
Walk into a casino, so there's no dominoes tables.
Yeah. These are $1,000 chips.
Ooh.
Yeah. He's over there trying to play spades, and everybody like, man, what the fuck?
He's like, how much this shit? God damn. By the way, but I don't think he's too old, man. Bond's supposed to be in his mid-late 40s.
But they want a franchise when they want to be about 4 movies in. What? And just imagine, like, if Idris Elba or whoever the black body is talking to the villain, like, how'd you find me? Like, you the only Negro in Croatia right now. How the fuck you think?
Croatia.
Shit, I sat here and looked at your ass.
Yeah, but think about all the James Bond movies where they would go, so, Mr. Bond. I'm like, isn't he a secret agent? He's the world's most famous secret agent.
Yeah.
Everywhere he went, they already knew who he was.
There go Bond right there. There you go. There you go.
Well,
oh, shit, y'all, there's a spy here.
Well, that's why they're super villains. They already know.
We're going to sing into Siberia. Wait, what?
Yeah. Mr. Bond. How you know my name? Bitch, I'm a supervillain. That's what.
Have been white faced the whole movie.
Yeah. I saw you jacking off today. Now, this one is a strange one. And I don't even know if it counts, but the reason why I put it in here is because this person probably could do something interesting. And the reason why it might not count for some is because this guy's not a director. I'm talking about Jason Blum. And Jason Blum, I would love to see what he would do with a property that is such a big budget as James Bond, because you know he's gonna make that shit for $10.
$35 million. So that's what we're starting with. That's all you get.
35. Oh, did I say million? I mean $35. That's what you start with.
He said what he was gonna do with that property is that pocket the rest of it. The studio will give him 85.
There's a movie they make for about $10. Bond's only gadget is a cell phone with prepaid minutes.
Right. What more does a spy need?
Yeah.
This phone can do everything.
Hell yeah.
And it's still a razor.
The most suspenseful part in the movie is when he run out of minutes. Shit. Fuck.
Where my pager at?
God damn it, work. God damn it.
Shoot him, Bond. I'm out of bullets.
These things ain't free, goddamn it.
Where Q at? Where you talking about Q? You better take yours to Walmart across the street.
MI6 charges me per bullet.
Yeah. That'll be the story. MI6 went bankrupt. Bond got to get by somehow.
Checks bouncing.
You got a knife, don't you?
Bond's in a liquor store cashing his check.
Now, they don't have to make it an official James Bond sequel or part of the franchise, but everybody's so prequel crazy. What if they want, and I wouldn't mind seeing this, what if they want to show a little more pared down version of James Bond and
the early years.
a younger version of James Bond? Because we always heard how he went to an orphanage, he was scrappy. They even say, motherfucker was kind of crazy.
Yeah, right.
Like, what if we, what they did sort of like a Jason Bourne thing, where you get to see the first, like, the real street gritty missions that he goes on, the ones where he really get his ass dirty. I heard his ass dirty.
Where's your mind at?
Ass got to be dirty too.
Will Ferrell had him strapped to a table and just force feeding him prunes.
Oh yeah. Give me some toilet paper. Hell no.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to shit.
What if we saw the moments where he's out in the streets and he's doing stuff that even scares MI6 and they're like, wow, this guy will do anything. This guy he hardly has any moral compass. He's almost a little psychotic, and we get to see the real dirty, crazy parts of James Bond when he first started out.
I guess. I don't know. They do that with so many things.
Yeah. Isn't that what we got now? With Daniel Craig, I mean, isn't he kind of the tougher?
Yeah,
he's
he's supposed to be like the early, because we see when he first becomes a 00 agent.
Right.
Yeah. No,
looking old as hell, by the way.
I'm just saying, if they want to try something different with it and even go younger, and they gave it to somebody like Jason Blum,
The Kingsman is supposed to be sort of doing that same shtick.
Yeah, but that's more on the fantastical side. I would, if you want to stay with Bond getting gritty, and that's one of the things that's missing. We see him become a 00 agent, but it's been hinted at more. As he evolves, it's been hinted at that James Bond might be a psychotic killer, and I would love to see him like early on going to his therapist, killing him, snapping his neck. How much? $300 for this session? Snap. I don't think so.
Where's your Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Where your bathroom at?
You ain't got no toilet paper. My ass got dirty.
You put down James Gunn.
Yeah, I did.
Now, why do you think James Gunn?
Because I love Guardians of the Galaxy, and the CG was amazing, and the dialogue was great, and the fact that he seems to not compromise on the scripts, pretty much the same reason as Jordan Peele.
Okay.
Not them jokes.
No, I know. No, hell no, not them jokes. Oh, no.
Get away from Disney, I guess. MGM will have.
In fact, this movie would probably be trying to bust up a pedophilia ring.
Yeah.
From a group that has a giant rat as a logo.
But also, he's got a fresh take on things. It feels like. I mean, like I thought I was gonna hate Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sure, everybody was like,
and it was.
Like,
I was
who
like,
are these
oh,
people
shit.
again?
Well,
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just, I was like, damn. And he got some great performances out of people I didn't really think were all that great.
Well, James Gunn is more on the lighthearted side. He's more on the humorous side of things.
So it might be like a Roger Moore.
Yeah, he might be like a Roger Moore, but I still think it could work because, for one thing, you have you have the sense of humor that he can bring to it. Let's just say that James Gunn wanted to do something where we finally see James Bond kind of pair up with someone, and maybe paired up with an American who's not as tight, stuck up as James Bond is. Infuse a little humor that James Gunn can, and it's something that they even played around with when they did Die Another Day, when they had the character of Jinx.
God, I hate this movie. Sorry.
Man, she came out there like a fucking dolphin. Look at that.
That's the only good part of that movie.
Yeah, they tried it with the Jinx character, which was kind of cool that it was a woman too. She was supposed to have a spinoff, but what if, if they want to get really greedy with the James Bond series, what if they give it to James Gunn, let him create an American James Bond that gets a spinoff, and we have a sort of an American flavor to it.
Him and a raccoon?
Or make it a raccoon.
And just because James Gunn has done humor doesn't mean he can't do something serious.
Oh, no, we've seen,
and probably that little bit of humor would be nice for James Bond.
Exactly.
Because even like that, those little touches of humor in GoldenEye work so well.
Exactly. I mean, I was looking at some other, seriously, humor is not a stranger to James Bond,
right.
But when it's done right, it's not like it doesn't fit. And a little dose of humor, just a little, not overbearing. You still want to be James Bond, but a little wouldn't hurt, especially if you bring in another character. But James Gunn, like he knows how to do action, and not just action just for action's sake. He knows how to do well choreographed, imaginative action. I think about the action that he did in Guardians of the Galaxy. With that one scene where Yondu where he killed everyone with that whistling weapon he got. That one.
That's what they shouldn't.
That must have came out his dick. But imagine him bringing something really imaginative to the action sequences, which today it's still, no matter how gritty they get with James Bond, some of those things get ridiculous. So might as well have somebody come in and just do some beautiful choreography with it.
Right. I mean, you don't want a Moonraker or anything like that.
No,
but I don't want that.
Nobody wants that.
That's too, except my daddy. Boy, he likes every.
He loves Moonraker.
He loves every James Bond film. His favorite one is George Lazenby. Besides Roger Moore, his favorite is George
Lazenby.
Lazenby, on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yeah,
yes.
A lot of people like to say that's their favorite, just because it's the hipster.
It's the hipster thing to say.
Right. Yeah.
Well, my dad's not a hipster.
He is with that.
He's almost 70. He's been liking that one since he came out.
70-year-old black hipster. Yeah. Justin Lin. And Justin Lin, I thought, okay,
wow,
what?
He looks like Ricky Gervais, right?
In a way, yeah.
He does, doesn't he?
He's like an Asian Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Like a cross between our friend High and Ricky Gervais. But Justin Lin, if y'all don't know, Justin Lin did you've seen his franchise out there, Fate of the Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Justin Lin's like Ricky Gervais looks like a white meat.
Yeah. And I look at if you look at what he's done, and why not, man? Shit, those James Bond, those.
You say why not? I say why.
Because those movies have become. Let's just go ahead and say it. Those movies have become James Bond movies of their own anyway.
They're James Bond cartoons.
Have James Bond be in the middle of a group of street racers who, for some stupid reason, the government has given them all this dangerous tech, and also sends them on the most dangerous international missions that people who are trained in the military should go on. I tell you, this movie would be rated R because it would have to be for the amount of times that Justin Lin would say, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Because the way these movies are, the moment you stick James Bond in there, it's Cannonball Run.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, like Roger Moore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're practically these movies anyway, man. But I could see Justin Lin doing this because what if they want to do? Let's just say they want to go back to the weirder James Bond, the weird fantasy sci-fi James Bond. I'm talking about things like Moonraker.
Moonraker. It's out of this world.
Moonraker.
At a 60s disco club.
Moonraker 1.
Yeah, brother got goddamn. They said, man, now we got a dress code around here. You better cut your hair.
I bet you the actor was like, man, y'all ain't got a pick. Nothing.
Damn. He finally had a pick in the back of his head.
I will say this about Justin Lin, though. He did do a nice, good solo film, which Better Luck Tomorrow.
Better Luck Tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Which I thought was...
Yeah, Better Luck Tomorrow is
Pretty
actually
fantastic.
it's a good it's a really good movie.
That was his debut film.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, so he does know how to do that. I mean, he's taking paychecks now.
Yeah.
No, between him doing something like Better Luck Tomorrow, and let's just say that he and then doing things like Fast and Furious, he could probably do something like Moonraker or some weird sci-fi Bond film for the present age that a younger audience would probably really like. And I think that this is the realistic one right here. Patty Jenkins, man.
Oh, okay.
Patty Jenkins, actually, I've always had a fantasy of a James Bond movie, and I'm not even lying. Patty Jenkins would probably be the perfect one to direct this. I always thought it would be the ultimate irony if Spectre or somebody got James Bond and said, no, we ain't gonna kill you. We're gonna cut your dick off. And because James Bond loves to fuck, and they end up making this dude a transgender. Like, they don't kill him, they just make him a woman.
Jesus.
So
They don't make him a woman.
What's this fantasy say?
Oh yeah, I would love to see this movie. They don't make him a
It's
woman.
a horror film.
No,
They don't want John Cameron Mitchell to do it?
oh, I don't care. Just her or anybody else. But they don't kill him. They make him a woman. And he's like, fuck it, I still like women. I'm still going for it. He becomes the world's first transgender lesbian James Bond.
Okay, this is like...
Yeah, you got me on this. She looks... She's
I think you want John Waters to direct this.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Or John Waters.
What did Patty Jenkins direct? Wonder Woman. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did Wonder Woman. That's why to do a James Bond movie, I think it would probably be a good idea. She's got action down.
No, she does. I don't know about them cutting his dick off. Castrating him, but I do see him trying to put his moves on these women, and they're all like, "Hey, whoa, what are you doing?"
No,
I mean, we've been cool, but I wasn't inviting you to kiss me. What the hell?
No, I don't know if you're joking up, but
No, I'm not joking.
Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, what if his problem, like seriously, in this age of Me Too, what if his behavior became a problem?
Right.
Yeah. All right, put your clothes back on. We didn't even know.
Yeah, he's getting called in MI6, and they're like,
HR,
So no. So do I go to the Q now? I was like, more like HR.
I'll tell you, why don't you fill out this
conversation?
Fill out this paperwork first. We
got to do this seminar.
Yeah, no. What if? Yeah, what
Money
is it?
Penny turned you in.
Yeah. How would he work in the Me Too era?
Yeah.
It's like seriously, what? You can't get away from that behavior, man. And really, they've tried attempts.
Yeah, they have.
They've tried attempts at making strong female characters in the Bond series.
I'm looking for Dr. Goodhead.
You just found her.
I don't give a fuck why your clothes still on.
And what was her last name?
Yeah.
What was her last name?
Quimby.
Dr. Goodhead.
Okay. Oh, what?
Yeah, you didn't hear that?
You didn't hear that? I thought you were making a joke.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were joking
Yeah, good,
about.
strong female character. Looking for Dr. Goodhead. Well, you found her.
I
That ain't no strong ass.
I take it back.
I'm looking for Dr. Assfuck.
No, it wasn't until Goldeneye that that was somebody in a movie called him out on being a sexist.
Right, exactly. It's true. It's true.
Oh no, that's
Dr. Jizz in the face.
yeah.
Well, you found her. Nice, strong female character. She's a doctor.
Right?
Wow, Dr. Goodhead.
That's what it
They
says.
had
We're
no-
playing
He
again.
just said that.
They had
said
no
it.
fucking shame
No.
at all.
And you see the way he looks. That's why he did that look. Play it again, man.
Why would you expect shame when one of the movies is called Octopussy?
I know. Wow.
The name.
Because he gonna fuck. Every time. Wow, you go back, you think just how sexist all these movies are. And I know they're a product of their time. I'm not defending them. But maybe, wow, man, after thinking about this, shit, I feel like I shouldn't even be talking about this no more.
Fucked you up, didn't we?
You fucked me up,
Blew
man.
his mind. Talking about Dr. No, Negro, we said Dr. Goodhead. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I swear to God, I thought he was joking. I thought he was like playing the game. Like, look how this ain't no fun. This ain't no strong female character. Well, you found her.
God damn.
Ooh, I dropped something.
Fuck, Goldfinger just took on a different meaning.
But
I feel so ashamed right now.
I would say Kathryn Bigelow.
Oh, yeah,
She comes hard.
Oh, you're right about that. 'Cause she could do all the.
Speed? No, that wasn't her.
No.
No, she did the Hurt Locker.
The Hurt Locker and
the other one.
Detroit and
The one with Keanu Reeves, the other one. Where he's parachuting and shit. With
Point Break.
Point Break.
Oh
The
yeah,
original
Oh
Point
yeah, the
Break,
original
not that
Point Break.
second
yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
No, you were actually right about that because she does get that hard action down.
Yeah.
That we've seen in.
It's gritty though.
It
her
was
shit.
and it's gritty, and that would fit a James Bond movie. And she could do that because she did not only the Hurt Locker, but she did what was the Osama bin Laden movie?
12th
12th hour or something
with
like
the
that.
hot girl on it.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Yes, I
about.
know what you're talking about. God damn it.
13th hour or something. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
No, it's Zero Dark 30.
Zero Dark 30.
30.
There you go. I was very close. But
About as close as Dr. No.
you got
or Goodhead.
you've given me some good suggestions on the ones I made. Do you have any that we haven't named that you can think
Boots
of?
Riley.
He put that down.
I did.
Yeah, just to see how weird and psychedelic it could get.
And what could you see him doing with something like that? Like, would it be a parody? Would it be a serious Bond movie? I mean, what would you do?
I would love something that floated in there where you couldn't quite tell if it was a parody or not. Mm-hmm. But it would mostly be serious. But at times you'd be like, man, I just don't know what to make of this.
You know who I didn't put in there, but I should have thought about it. I think this person would be perfect to do a Bond movie. The guy that did Baby Driver and Scott Pilgrim.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright.
yeah.
That would probably be a good name too in there. So yeah,
Edgar Wright get a little crazy.
I think you know what he's like a Quentin Tarantino that is not so obvious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's not just and don't get me wrong, Quentin Tarantino's a genius. Nobody can match the way he writes dialogues for himself in his movies. But his stuff is like, I know movies. I know this.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright is kind of like, I understand this and I
Right.
know how to recreate it for my own self.
Well, you know if he does do it, you know who's playing Q. Simon Pegg.
And look, and,
You know Simon Pegg's playing Q. You know that.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. And look, they said if you get Boots Riley, get your boy right here to play a young Bond.
Who, Lakeith Stanfield?
Keith Stanfield, yeah. Yeah. Hey,
I can see
listen,
that.
if y'all have any recommendations too, please put them down there. That's why we just love doing what else and talking about stuff. If you have any recommendations, put them in the comment section wherever you find this. We'd love to hear what you have to say.